Okay, Digital Warriors, welcome back. We're going to go ahead and continue on with our Normandy 44 game here. It's still the first turn. Well, it's the bottom half of the first turn. Last video we had the Germans mobilizing against the Allied invasion, and now we're going to see how the Allies react to that and start getting units off the beach and start putting pressure on the German lines here. Just going over some of the rules, I noticed that these two units here with the black boxes and the three there in their movement, they shouldn't have been able to move. That black box denotes that they can't move until, they're not supposed to start moving until the second turn, being that they didn't really have an effect on the last phase anyway. I'm not going to worry about it. We're just going to leave it there and roll with it. Being that I still am learning, some of the finer points of this game, some of the rules, I may or may not, hopefully not, I may just kind of roll with the punches, if I misinterpret a rule or forget a rule. We'll just chalk that up as to Murphy's laws of combat, or fog of war type issues. But with that being said, let's go ahead and start the Allies turn one. So obviously our airborne units got kind of hammered over here, starting in the American lines. The 101st, they fared okay. Let's see. Our beach landings did okay with 4th Infantry Division. The 82nd got beat up pretty bad, so we're going to have to try to get stuff up here to kind of relieve the pressure on them. Over here at Omaha, we did exceptionally well. Both our infantry divisions here, our infantry regiments, got reduced one step. One of the 29th got reduced 2 steps, so we're going to have to watch that. In order to get past the beach here, because he's got a Zachbahn locked here with the beach, we're going to have to get rid of this unit here, and that's going to require quite a lot. The good thing is they're fairly weak units, so we should be able to knock these Germans straight out of here. Looking at the British side, they fared a bit better. We're making headway inland with some of our British armor. Both of our British infantry units here got reduced a step, and same with them. They're okay, and they got beat up pretty bad. And then our British airborne, the 6 paras, kind of got the snot beat out of them as well. But we've got reinforcements on the way. So starting off, we get to try to, and let me just double check, I don't think we're allowed to get replenishments during the first turn, no. Let me double check that here. German restricted replacements, reinforcement reductions, Allied reinforcements. Yeah, so we can't get reinforcements until turn 2. Replacements. Dead pile. Neither side receives replacements on turn 1. But we do get stuff off the beaches for turn 1, for the Allied player anyway. So that's good. So let's go ahead and start moving units about. All these units that are scattered or disrupted can't move or shoot. So they can, let's see, Foster gear. Okay. What we're going to do is, like I said, we need to relieve pressure here on the 82nd. So we really need to get this town of St. Mary-Glise kind of free. And what do we have coming in here? We have more tanks and more units. Now, when units on the first turn for the Allies, when they come off the beach, they can only move 2 hexes. And if they end up near a enemy hex, they're considered a tactical move, which means that they cannot, or I'm sorry, replacement move, 1 hex max, no combat. Or I'm sorry, regroup, and then they only fight at half combat, but they can only move two hexes, with the beach hex counting as the first hex. So 1, 2, that would put us there. Not much of a choice here. I'm trying to debate whether I want to take St. Mary-Glise or try to push these German paratroopers out of the way of Carentan, because Carentan's going to be a pretty important town to take, being that it's got a bunch of roads coming in here. So, yeah, they're going to get beat up. And what do they have over here? 2 more German infantry units. Okay. Well, let's do this. I can't move there. I am going to push him here, and I'm trying to see what I've got here. If I've got enough. That's 13 going into 7. Yeah, I think we can get it, and we're going to get an armor shift here, and then we're going to use some of our naval support. So, what do they have? 4. Okay. 1, 2. And where's our marker here? Just to let us know where the combat's going to take place. Oops. Well, they were supposed to go with them. So they'll be fighting there. I'm going to start bringing units in onto the beach. So our engineer unit's going to go there. Our command unit is going to move 1. And then we're going to push up more infantry. And being that he's next to this German unit there, we need to put our marker on him. And we're also going to start bringing in more of the 4th Infantry Division, as well as our extra armor unit here. And it seems like Vassal may have locked up a bit. There it goes. Alright, and we're going to move our... Yeah, we'll leave that. That's fine. We'll get a regroup marker as well because they're still next to that pillbox. Alright, now if you remember during the invasion phase, the 5th Rangers got pushed to the second or the first wave, or second wave, however you want to look at it, of the 29th. So we've got to try to link them up, but we're not going to be able to get off this beach here, this hex, until we destroy these German units here, because they've got a zone of control bond with the beach here, with these 2 sides of the hex. So unfortunately, these guys are going to have to stay and fight it out. But what I can do to meet the stacking limitations, if we look at what's in the stack at 244, so the 2 counts as 1, the 4 counts as 2, so that's 3, and the tank is free. So we can actually put the Ranger unit in there and still meet our stacking quota. So we'll do that, and they're going to fight. And that cadre unit cannot fight because he's in parentheses, so he can only defend. So he'll be a priority to get replacements in the next turn. And how do I want to move these guys? Alright, what's coming up here? Another armor unit and more infantry. What's already fighting there? Unit of the 29th. Alright, well. Now I could move them adjacent, actually, to get out of that Zoc bond. Let's do that. If I move them here and down, and the reason being is because I want to bring this other unit of the 29th in. So I will have a my main assault force will be the 29th here. I'm also going to dump the Rangers in with them, and they'll still meet their quota, right? No. We won't be bringing the Rangers. And then I'm actually going to shift the I'll shift 1 unit of the 1st Infantry Division, tank unit, 4. Yeah. We'll bring these guys down. Tank unit on top. Actually, one. Let's help them eliminate these guys here. Actually, no. Become 1, 2. Yeah. We'll do that. And then we'll get him off the beach as well. But with that in mind, we do need to put a regroup marker on them because they're coming in as replacements on those guys. And that guy was a replacement too. Shit. Alright. Yeah. And that Ranger unit was a replacement. There we go. And then we will get our engineers and command, and we'll throw another tank down here just so we're getting them off the beach. That's what's important. Second Rangers will leave because they're not going to be doing much. They're pretty beat up. Oh, let's go ahead and place our combat markers. Alright, so they're going to be helping out and they will be attacking them. Let's start moving the Brits. What's in Bayou? This stack I'm going to move here, and they're going to attack. They're just going to straight attack them. And really it's just a matter of trying to push onto Khan and Bayou and just trying to eliminate these little units that are going to become somewhat of a nuisance. They're only going to be at half strength if they attack. Alright. 1, 2. I'm going to attack the Germans here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. They will help out there. Tank got beat up. Now we're gonna have to attack. We'll go there. Attack. British Paras are kind of locked right now. Infantry or HQ and our engineers. Actually, that was a yeah, engineers. We got this other armor unit here, which I may I'll leave him there for now. Alright, so we got more engineers and this tank unit here. Move him there. Probably should be putting these markers down just as a reminder to any units that are coming in on this wave but end up adjacent to an enemy unit. What's in here? him, and a tank unit. And an engineers and HQ units stack for free. So we can actually leave those guys there, or half, but they're still going to attack that strong point. And they're still up there. So they will not be coming in just because there's no free hexes to do so. So let's go ahead and start doing the combat. So these guys are locked up. Start off here, try to remove the strong point here. So we've got one unit that's scattered, so he can't, that's the far left, the 506, they can't participate in this battle. We've got the 501st, which will attack at full strength at 4, and then the 327th Glider Regiment, which will be at half combat factor, so it will be a 2, so it's a total of 6, and that's because he's got a regroup marker on him. So there's 6 there, plus 3, which he ran it down to 1, so 6, 7. And actually that may be a lot less. So it'll be a 1, and then it'll be half for being regrouped, which would be 3, and another one, so another plus 2, so 6, so it'd be 8. 8 on 2 is a 4 to 1. I've got armor, so it's going to shift it. So if we look at the table, so it'll be a 4 to 1, 5 to 1 roll. We get a 3 on a 5 to 1, attacker 1, defender 1. So that's eliminated, and I need to take a shot on one of my units here. I think I'll take it on the Glider Regiment. And I've got to take it from the MAF. The MAF is going to be the 101st, so it's down to a 3-3. That's okay. And I could move units in, but I've got no need to. Not right now, anyway. But I don't have to move him into the empty hex. I can actually move him to 2 hexes. The attacker may advance after combat, yeah. So I can actually push him forward, this whole group. So let's go ahead and do that. Except for the engineer and command unit. And we'll leave that as is. Should I just come through here? Shoot, maybe we'll do that. Move him forward, and actually I could have moved these guys. Yeah, let's do that instead. That's a much better move. Regroup, tank, move them up there. And I'm not going to worry about putting a regroup marker on them just because it's going to go away anyway. Alright, let's take care of this German paratroopers. What do we have here? Alright, so 3, 6, and 4. That's 10, that's a 13. 13 attacking 7. And what are they in? Bocage, 7 and a bocage. So 7, wow, 10, shit. So it's going to be a 1-to-1 with a shift. Make it a 2-to-1, but I'm going to actually use a support, and that's going to make it a 3-to-1 table. So we'll roll, get a 3 and a 3-to-1 is a DR, defender must retreat or conduct a determined defense. If the defender retreats, they become disrupted. Attacker may advance after combat retreats. I'm actually going to try a determined defense on these guys. So let's go ahead and see here. So let's look at the determined defense table here. So we're going to roll a dice roll, and we are actually an other. So we would need, in order to stop the defense, we would need a 5, 6, a 5 or higher on a dice roll. Our armor comparison result. So we would actually get a +1 because our troops are +1. Their troop quality versus the quality of the allies here, which is 0. So we get a +1. Defensive support. Let's take a look at that. Oh, if we want to use artillery, yeah, let's use the German artillery. So German artillery, do we have any units within 5? I don't think we do. So I don't think we can do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, and he's moved. Okay, so we're not doing a defensive support with artillery. So it looks like we're just going to get a +1 on the die roll. Let's roll. We get a 2, which is a 3, which is a nothing roll, which means we still retreat. So we need to move them, and they've got to move too. But I do believe towns will stop retreat. Yeah. So they're there, and they are now disrupted. Which means they can't attack or move next turn. And I can advance on them, which I will. There. Alright, so that takes care of the Utah area of operations. Let's look at Omaha. Which one do we want our main attack to be? Looks like we're going to want our 29th Infantry Division here to be our main attacking force. So they'll attack with their full spread here, obviously except for that center unit. He'll only attack with half. So it'll be a 3-4, which is a 7 plus 3 is 10. And then these guys will attack at half. So 10 plus the Rangers, which will be 1. So you round it to 1. So 10, 11. 11 plus 2 is 13. 13 and another 1, 14. So 14, they're in, what are they? Mixed. So they get a maximum of 2 here. So let's count them out. 2, 4, 7, 9. We won't get an armor shift because they've got that those German 88s there, which has got a higher armor value, an anti-armor value, because it's in red, which negates our armor shift. So it'll be a 14 to a 2, 4, 7, 9. 14 to 9, which is not quite 2 to 1, which would be a 1 to 1, but we're going to use our other naval support, so that makes it a 2 to 1 fight. We're rolling. We get a 5 on a 2 to 1. That's good. Defender retreats. So I'm actually going to push these Germans west. So we 1, 2. I think that'll be a better play as far as defense to stop all this armor here coming over. And then we can move units around. Alright. Let's actually get in behind them. One, two. And it will actually move, but that cadre unit can't. There. Alright, looking at this fight, this should be a pretty simple fight. So there are a stack of units here that all came up on this wave, actually except for that 1st Infantry Division. So it'll be a 4 plus 3 is 7, 7 plus 1 is 8, 8 to 2 is a 4 to 1 with an armor shift, 5 to 1. Should be a good roll. 4, D1, and they are gone. they get to move. And we'll move them west. Moving on to the Brits. That's 1, 3, 6, 7. 7 on 2. 2 to 1 with an armor shift. Actually, that's going to be more than 2. What is that terrain? Mixed. So 2, 4. So 7 to 4. It's a 1 to 1 with an armor shift. So it'll be a 2 to 1 with a 4. Defender retreats. Delete that. 1. What's in here? Sure, we'll put them there. And then obviously we're going to move up. Oops. 1. Yeah. 2. Yeah, who do I want to be the main attacking force on this one? I think I'll have it be these guys. So 3 plus 6 is 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. These guys all attack at half. 12, 2, 4, 5. So 17. 17 on 2. This is going to be a pretty dirty fight. That's what? 8 to 1. So actually they're in a town, so it'll be 8 to, let's see, 17, town, 4. This would be 4. So 17, 4, it'd be a 4 to 1, but we get an armor shift. So it'll be a 5 to 1 roll. And we rolled a 3 on a 5 to 1, attacker 1, defender 1. So they're killed. And the main attacking force is these guys. And they're going to lose another step. But at the same time, they're going to move in and occupy this town. Delete that. 1. And these guys will move 2. 1, 2. Let's cut these Germans off here. Alright, just moving on down the line here. Alright, 3, 4, 5. Alright, and this is going to be kind of a messed up stack. I didn't realize this. It's going to be hard to do a main attacking force on this just because it's a mixed bag. So shoot. I'm trying to remember what it is. There's the rules. Let's take a look here. Main attacking forces. And I'm just looking up the main attacking force rules because I don't remember what it is if your units are mixed. What the... I see any one unit any size now formation is blah 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 blah. Battle groups 6 or less in combat factors. Shit. Well, all our units attack at half strength. Okay. I am going to have this unit here be our main attacking force. He'll be with the tank. So it'll be 7 plus half of 5, which is 2.5, so it'll be 2. This isn't going to go well. So 7 plus 2 is 9. 9 against 7 with no shift, so 7 in a town. It's going to be a lot more than 7 plus 5. Shit. So we'll get a full 3. So 3 plus 3 is 6, 10. So it's going to be a 1-to-1 fight. I'm going to use my support to shift that. So it'll be a 2-to-1. Yeah, let's make it a 2-to-1. 2-to-1 with a 4 is not bad. That's not a bad result. Defender retreats. I'm only going to pull them back here though, because the town will stop. They are disrupted. Oh, that guy was supposed to be disrupted as well. And then they're going to move in. Yeah. Alright, moving on, trying to hit up this hill here. So 7, 8 with the armor shift. Nope, not going to get an armor shift. We got anti-tank gun up here. It's going to negate our armor shift. So 2, 5, 6, 11. And a hill. 11 plus 2, right? Yeah. 11 plus 2 is 13. So 8 to 13. It's a 1 to 1. I'm going to use my other naval support. So 2 to 1 roll. You get a 3. Exchange. Wow. At least we get to pick as the attacker and defender. Both get to pick. Yeah, I'll take it off of that. And you know what? I'm going to kill these, the first SS Secret Service or Special Service Brigade here. There we go. That didn't go well. Moving on to these guys, they're all going to fight at half strength. So let's see what it is here. So 3 plus 3 is 6, 6, 7, 7 to 2. That's going to be a 3 to 1 odds. 3 to 1, and we get an armor bump, 4 to 1. And we roll a 1, which is an exchange. That's a shitty roll. I'm just going to take it off one of my infantry brigades there. And we get to move in. Oops. But we're not going to move our engineers off the beach. We want to keep the engineers on the beach. That way they keep that stuff open. Alright, and that about wraps up our allied turn. And actually that wraps up turn 1. So all of these markers can come off all the allied units, which is good. So we're just doing cleanup now. And then we'll take a look at the board and see how we're at. Obviously the markers will stay on the disrupted. He should be disrupted as well because he had to retreat on the disrupted German units and whatnot. But all these regroup markers that we were required to put on us are now all gone. So we will reevaluate the board here in just a second. Alright, let's take a look at what we've got here. Starting over in the west. So we're starting to make our push off of the beach at Utah. We've got a lot of units coming in. Got a lot of units in good health. Trying to push into the and cut off the Cotentin Peninsula here. These German paras are giving us kind of a fight. We're really going to have to dislodge them, keep pushing them back, or at least try to destroy them, or step reduce them until they're combat ineffective, because we really need to get Carentan. As you can see, it's a major crossroads here, into the peninsula, and I have a feeling that's going to be really important once the Germans start pulling in reinforcements down here in the south. But like I said, we've got a lot of good units here. The 4th Infantry Division came on. 101st is still in really good shape. We'll be able to refit these step losses here in the 101st, as well as the 82nd here. This unit I'm kind of worried about, but hopefully we'll we'll be able to deal with them. Obviously on phase turn, or in the initial phase of turn 2, we're going to be getting our glider regiments in, another unit of infantry for the 82nd. They're going to land right smack dab right there. Omaha Beach, a lot of armor came on the beach. Our armor is looking good on Omaha, and we're going to try to drive that west and try to link the two beaches here at the Douve River at Carentan. So we're going to be hitting Carentan from the north, and then we're going to try to hit Carentan from the east as well with the 29th. I think for the 1st Infantry Division, I'm going to push them for a little bit further south towards St. Lo, and try to take care of that. Our infantry units, a lot of them were step reduced, I believe. Yeah, not too bad. Let's take a look at the Brits. Hopefully we can take Bayeux next turn with this British unit here. The Brits have kind of had a hard going. A lot of step reductions on both armor and infantry. The 6th Airborne here did get beat up. We've got another glider brigade of the 6th Airborne coming in. They're going to land right here at LZW, landing zone W. We did manage to get into Caen. Hopefully we can hold on to that. We've got units poised to the west of it as well, and a little bit more to the north. I have a feeling though that the Germans, what do the German reinforcement tables look like? Yeah, see, if we look at what's coming up, yeah, the 12th SS Panzer Brigade, they're coming. And they've got infantry, mechanized infantry, and armor, and they're going to be coming from these red their insertion points here at these red flags, and they're all on roads, and I haven't counted it out. I don't know if they're going to be able to make it up here. I would assume they can. Yeah, 5, 5, 5, 5, 6. So if they're traveling on roads, it's going to be doubled, so they're going to be moving 10 hexes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, they can get really close. So that's what's coming up. That does it for the first turn. Not too bad. And yeah, so we'll start turn 2 here in a bit. And thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Bye.